Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing more Azorius artifacts. This is a deck that I absolutely loved in the past and I got to play it again, and it all relies on Synthesizer here. If you don't know what this card is, well, you should probably figure it out because it is really good and the key piece to this deck if you ever see it on the ladder. So when this enters the battlefield, you scry to, not really the relevant part of the card, but whenever another artifact with mana value 3 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, make a 0/0 construct with 1/1 for each artifact you control, and it scales with those artifacts as well. But outside of that, the main thing that this says on there is the fact that they enter the battlefield. So whether you flicker something or you have it re-enter the battlefield, if something was locked under, I don't know, not temporary lockdown obviously doesn't work, but say you had a artifact exiled under something, say a leyline binding, and the artifact enters back into the battlefield and it's 3 mana or more, it will trigger this, making a large construct. But what is our game plan, at least early, in order to set all this up? And it's pretty simple. We got 4 market gnomes in here. This is obviously for the aggro matchups, as they are very aggressive and a little hard for us to deal with. Normally, once we get to the late game and we start making constructs, it's pretty simple to win after that. But this is definitely the key that buys us to that point. If our opponent plays a Swift Spear, lightning strikes us out of the way, which has happened pretty often, we end up only taking 1 damage overall instead of the 5 that we would take if we didn't actually play a 1-drop in this slot or have a march available, but then that also is going to cost us a card. Unlike we play a market gnome, it blocks or it takes a lightning strike to the face, it gains us 1 life, replaces itself, and then a Swift Spear hits us for 2. So then we only really end up taking 1 after that because market gnome covered the other 4, which is very important to note whenever you're playing against aggro or against Convoke. It can kind of just brick wall a lot of creatures early and allow us to get to a 3-end spider and then our higher end stuff. Other than that, we have the marches to answer pretty much anything that we need. It's kind of in control list the answer to something like a Gleeful Demolition when they try to target something or things like that. But this has answered all sorts of spells. It's answered an Arcane Bombardment, which is 6 mana, or answered big tokens that we just needed to pay 1 white and get it out of the way for. Other than that, we have the 3 steps ahead as one of the new cards in our deck. This either counters a spell or makes a token of very important pieces like a Synthesizer, which it can make a token of, or a Thousand Moon Smithy if needed, maybe a Mightstone Weakstone to draw cards, even a Cryptic Code, I guess, if you want to, but it can also copy a Portal to Phyrexia, which is very cool, along with countering a spell or drawing and discarding 1. Other than that, I mean, we're pretty solid throughout, just trying to set up this in a Thousand Moon Smithy here to get into that late game in which we control the pace of the game and try to pretty much 1-shot or 2-shot our opponent with giant massive gnomes or constructs. Outside of that, let's go ahead and hop into the game, see how they go. And if y'all enjoy my content, please be sure to subscribe if you would. I truly appreciate it. If not, all cool, just appreciate you watching the video. And let's get out there and game. Oh boy. We probably can keep this, right? Play this, hope to get value off our No More Lines on turn 2, and then play a 3-end spider. Vamp Poison, maybe? A weird matchup for our opponent to some extent. No, it's mono white. Get value off No More Lines. Feels great with that. Looking to hit a land. We do. I guess we didn't have to hit a land, but we just like to hit a land here. Now we put a big 3-end spider in the way. The 2/4. And it's colorless, so Skrelv can't give protection. But Fertile Cathar will do it, I suppose. No attack. Wild. Looking to keep it protected. What do we do here? I was scratching, so I didn't know what was happening behind me. I kind of want to just play the Thousand Moon Smithy and just put another big colorless creature in the way. Let it be annoying. Dog is like, I can just hear every time I like turn around, she starts scratching. Are we just playing Exile Tribal? Like, what is this? Fantastic. Love that they committed more here. Now we'll be able to Glyph Bridge and get all this off to here. Going fantastic. We'll just select. I guess I'll just leave Skrelv, right? Because Skrelv doesn't really do anything. Like it does, but my creature's still colorless. Another one of these. Then what? Private Adversary, sure. I can then play Synthesizer and then play Cryptic Coat. Start making my creatures huge. Or I can play Synthesizer and hold up to no more lives, but it's not necessarily good per se. Let's play Synthesizer and then play a Cryptic Coat and just make more threats. I think another Grand Spider would probably be good enough here. Like I said, slam the Cryptic Coat, make a creature that has protection. I guess like I should have left a land and then Cryptic Coated. But I mean I can flip this, so it's not necessarily the worst thing ever submitted to paper. I can actually flip my creature. Trip it Adversary again. Sure, a pump here is even enough. Our creature's colorless. They can't give it protection. They do nothing. I mean, honestly, if this was going to be the draw, I'm glad I got that out of the way. Can I save a mana? So weird thing is you can tap Cryptic Coat here. And then have that flip. And then we'll use a Synthesizer. It'll make a construct. And then Synthesizer will enter, making another construct. And now we'll get the Scry 2, hold up our No More Lies. Honestly, both those can go. We have a Mightstone Weakstone as a backup kind of creature trigger ability. Get in there as my 11/11 creature. They do nothing, of course. Looking to hopefully exile some stuff out of the way. They'll have plenty of mana to pay for my No More Lies, which is kind of tough. Upcode Vanguard doesn't bother me, actually. Let's make them pay for this, I guess. Yeah. I mean, they have the mana. I think you can use that to pay for it, but we get game one. Very cool. Very cool. We'll go first again here. Very cool. We get to start off with the Deserted Beach, though. Isn't necessarily like a big deal, considering we don't have any turn one play in hand that we're getting punished for not getting down right away. Blue-white land. I'm just going to play the artifact. Very possible is to control. Oh my god, no way. Well, I'm not playing the Thran Spider. I have no payoff here. Synthesizer is a card I'm gonna have to make sure I counter against my opponent. Do I have the mana to play that? I do. Could play a Thran Spider, but I'm looking to counter something else. Hey. Looks. Good looks, I guess. They play the third one in a row. Like, I guess I concede the match. Sure. Best part about No More Lies is those are just... Are we kidding? Like, are we serious? There's just, like, no way that that's real, right? They really just played 3 of them in a row. Like, I'm not going to be able to beat that. That's tilting, to be honest. Guess I'll lose. Really have a way to get it off the battlefield. Like, see, Thran Spider is something I have to counter. Yep. Sure. Yeah. Actually, it's probably not gonna make a difference now, right? I want to play a Thran Spider to just get myself cooking here. Give myself a higher chance of drawing something. Sure, we'll give them another artifact that they can use here, but like outside of that, how important is it, you know? Helping my game plan as well. Then I have exactly enough mana to activate my Thran Spider. Sure. Oh. Yeah. Good as go. Thousand Moonsmithy, a card I play that I don't think this variation that our opponent's playing will be playing. A lot of times they don't play this anymore. If they're copying a list from the Pro Tour, I didn't see any of them really playing it, but my god just called me a liar, I guess. Hey, update, they have more artifacts than I do. They indeed do. Just to play a march here. Oh boy. Got nothing important in there. Undo that. I go to artifact, creature, enchantment, or mana value less. Okay. No way to. Oh, I missed a really. Well, no, because didn't they have something that works? Oh, it's tapped. They had it enter tapped. Oh, well, that makes sense. Did they non-land on it? An artifact. Can I not target that there? Maybe I can't? Artifact, creature, enchantment with mana value X. This is an artifact. So, I'm sure. It is what it is. Yeah. Let us make an artifact creature. There's a white here. Is there a way that I can... No, not really. Get it off the board and let us just turn aggressive. Turn aggressive we will, I suppose. Skip. And a block, of course, because they're looking to draw a card. They have no mana, so I'm not like too opposed to sit here and do nothing on it. White. Just cast this. We've already countered 3 of theirs, so hopefully they're not sitting on another one. But now we have a Thran Spider activation as well. Looking for Overwhelming Presence. Market Gnome, not great. I mean, it's like fine again because like they get to make a huge creature, but Market Gnome itself, Clay Fire Bricks, not necessarily where we want to be probably. Especially when I activate here and I can potentially make these larger than both of these. They activate post combat here, or post, or in main phase, I guess. What do you find? They don't have a great chance to find another one of these. They find another Market Gnome. You play the Market Gnome now? Kind of crazy of doing that, in my opinion. I think you'd want to hold that to keep activating your barracks here. For me, it is going to be a Market Gnome. I guess. Gonna be Market Gnome. There's going to be another synthesizer. Picking another construct. Beyond construct, beyond construct. And then with me having these in play, this glyph bridge is actually better for me than it is for my opponent. These can go pumping in, I guess. Yep. These make sense. We're going to draw 2, gain 2. The reason why it makes more sense is because if they come through this turn and then they do something where they play a glyph bridge and blow up my board, I get to then respond and do it, but then I'll also make 2 massive creatures. Holding the Market Gnome. Sure. Who are we exiling here? Probably an untapped Gnome. Gnome is technically better than a construct here. Play Fire Bricks. Sure. The land called thinning. Then they're activating this again. Sacrifice an artifact or creature. When this enters the battlefield, exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls until this leaves. Sure. Activate the clay fire. Wow, they target there instead of here. Okay. Interesting. Well, we know that we're not... I guess I can just leave this, right? Yeah. We know that we're losing our creature this turn. Let's look. Man, another one of these be incredible, I think. But I think we just have to take the glyph bridge. Because I'm going to remove all theirs along with mine, I guess. And I would like Market Gnome, I guess, to live. And then we can cast Market Gnome post doing this. So I guess attack with these. We'll do a big chunk on their life total here. Then we will do a colorless, white, map. Then we'll put a glyph bridge in play. These will trigger after this picks which one I'm sacrificing. So those are gone. I make 2 more large boys, and then I play one of these. Then that happens, and now I can then sacrifice. Actually, I guess I could just wait, right? Just in case I need a reload. Then I'll just say go. Now they can glyph bridge me back, of course. They activate. They're looking for it. Problem with both of us having so much mana. The clay fire bricks. Not good. Make 1 construct. It's fine. Have enough for glyph bridge. You put the Thran Spider back in play by stacking like this or one of these clay fire bricks. But for them, the main issue is the fact that I have 3 constructs, all pretty close to just lethal. Definitely have a combat trick with the Myrics as well to make it lethal. Isn't it crazy that this game started off with just like 3 of these back to back pretty much? And we got fortunate enough to counter both, and then we ripped them March like the last turn that we could have before they started making constructs that were hard for us to deal with. And then the list hadn't been playing Thousand Moon Smitty, and they put 1 in. I'm proud of them, to be honest. So, you making creatures? You making threats? Bring back a Market Gnome. Sure. I have 3 creatures, 3 blockers. I find a Thousand Moon Smitty, which is going to be absolutely insane post combat here. Here, and here. Again, this is all kind of a trick, considering like we just make another artifact here. And now these are 15. Go down to 2 because they didn't want to block. Which maybe I should have committed more artifacts. Maybe I just wait, right? What's the harm of waiting? I think honestly, I think I just chill. Just force him to glyph me and then I'll do my thing again. Thousand Moon, sure. Take a ton. That's 2. Really just casting spells and then activating the Thran Spider, which is definitely an interesting like take. Odawara, bounce 1 of my constructs, sure. Seems like a fine play. Have 16 16s. Well, I can blow that out for sure. A Thousand Moon Smitty. What a board indeed, huh? Yeah, what a board indeed. Me and my opponent just staring at each other. They synthesized it in the beginning, which will basically decide the game at any given point. And then we synthesized it after, which basically decided the fact that we will win because they didn't counter it nor have like something like a march. On the draw, I think I have better hands. You get this portal out of my hand, bro. I don't want it in my opener. I keep starting it with my opener or drawing it right away. It's like I don't want it. The hand smoother is like, you play one of these and it's in your hand. We'll give it to you. And I'm like, you could just not. That'd also be very cool. But we're going to fabricate into synthesizer into board wipe and hope it's enough. Probably not going to be, considering there's a slick shot in play. Grand Spider's a good draw, but I think it's too slow. We'll have to Grand Spider and protect ourselves, but we're already at 17 and they can find lethal here. Show it to me. Yep, there's step number 1. I mean, I'm pretty much dead, right? That's just what that means. Go ahead. I have a way to exile slick shot show off. Just have lightning strike. I'm telling you, you can't just target me with that. Sure. No out attack, man. It's not that deep. I don't know why you're finding it so difficult to just like turn your stuff sideways. Like, even if I do this, probably still fine to win this game. An attempt, I guess. Oh boy. That's the case. I mean, if I'm putting cryptic code on top, I have to just pass. Or put the no more lives on bottom. Gonna get exile under my Thran Spider. Pick up. Synthesizer. Saw blades. Saw blades would have been pretty sick to have. And I could pick this back up, and I'm one short of replaying it. I mean, at any point they find a burn spell, I die. It really like this right now. Kind of crazy. Table Glyph Bridge. 1, 2. Don't have quite the mana to flip it back up. We actually need one more turn, and we can win. Or if they find the burn, they win. You find the burn spell. No shot. If I'm them, get off arena for tonight, dude. Just get off arena. I was so confident. I mean, look how unrealistic this is of a game for us to win. They had 7 mana, and this had to be a land. There's nothing else it could have been, right? They had 7, 8 mana. They started off with probably a really good hand. Well, they did start off with a good hand. It was really good. I'm at 2, and I'm over here like salting, like, brother, just play the spells. Like, just kill me. Like, you got it, right? I almost wanted to just concede, but it's like, well, you never know. And then, my behold, you never know, I guess, because they just didn't hit anything other than lands. What in the world? They need to get off arena for tonight. They're losing too much rank. Get out of here. Get off arena. My opponent goes first. I have Market Gnomes and a spring-loaded trap. Dude, I hate the Pro Tour. Oh my god. I ran in the control so often today because it made top 8 in the Pro Tour. Well, it made the finals in the Pro Tour. So everybody's just like jamming it today. All right, temporary lockdown. Watch me concede. I have the market gnomes for the matchups it doesn't matter in. Lock me down. No? Don't worry, I'll just sit here, I guess. One. My turn. Just the craft. Draw a card. I have all the marches in the world, apparently. Don't worry, he's a dangerous gnome. Yep. I mean, I guess I just make them use their spells. I do it somehow. I'm doing it now while we have like decent stuff around. Yep, sure. Why not? It was coming. You didn't do anything for the first 5 turns of the game. I'm just playing a deck that allows you to do that. Sure. Yep.
Remember your training.
Yep. Comment. Yes, I guess. You have knockout blow in your main board. Are you feeling okay? That's absurd. I mean, I know we're not in best of 3, but like, you still don't have to play knockout blow. You can still play other things. Plays around no more lines, I suppose. Also didn't make a 2-2. Oh. Plays around no more lines, I think. I mean, it did. But that resolving means they don't have one. So that's very cool. You don't have to do anything, Market Gnome. I believe in you. You're holding down the fort for whenever they play a Swift Spear. Hey, they make a 2-2. Very cool. Play Jace. Jace the boring. I hate this card so much.
I will keep watch.
To be honest with you.
No secret escapes my grasp.
Come on. I didn't do anything when I tapped out, so what does that mean? Yes, I guess. Have another knockout blow? Oh, sure. Yes, sir. You sure do. You sure have another knockout blow, that's for sure. I guess I have to wait, right? Because I'd like to bring back the cryptic coat, but I can't because I want this to stay around. Might be a glyph bridge situation. Sure. Hey, there's my portal to Phyrexia. That's a pretty cool card. Temporary lockdown. Sure. Does this resolve? Did you find your counter spell? No? Okay. I feel pretty good about that. And they play to populate? No! I get to draw a card, I guess. Oh! And what a card to draw. This is whether or not I can get Jace off the battlefield, I guess.
Keep watch for intruders.
Listen, if there are cards to be drawing, I'm drawing them. Either. The only problem is like Sunfall. No more lies. You're not going to do anything anytime soon here. Then we'll just play another one of these just because of the value that it's going to make. We'll make 2 of these construct type things. Then we'll pass. Then we can technically no more lies either their creature or their land. Jace pluses on 1. That does really like nothing.
You can be made to obey.
Okay. They activated their planeswalker before drawing a card. Make another 2/2. Alright. They very clearly found another Wandering Emperor.
Guards, to me.
Like, that's pretty apparent. Get this out of the way. Oh boy, I could flip these. Getting that flip makes sense. That's Might and Weak Stone. Could draw cards here, but I'm gonna try to get this out of the way. Oh, they didn't draw another one. They wanted another sack. Jace is gone. And now we just have to dodge Jace, mill me out of the game. Obviously, Sunfall and things like that are possible. Farewell would be devastating, but we'll lose that regardless. For combat? That's all we got. That's all we had? Whoa. Back to Cryptic Coat. This. Another construct. We could have made these bigger, obviously, but it just doesn't do anything for us if we do. We pass. We'll pick up the Cryptic Code if needed. And we win. Wow. I'm not going to lie. I was just honestly, I was more salty that, like, we had to watch Blue-White Control for, like, 3 hours in the finals in the Pro Tour. Not necessarily that it's their fault. I'm just at that point, like, I'm sick of seeing Blue-White Control. I know I'm playing kind of the same thing, but obviously our deck is vastly different than, like, a control deck. But, yeah, we just watched Control and Domain play forever, which it is what it is, but I just don't want to see Control anymore today, that's all. Go first. I can Market Gnome and then No More Lies, or remove a thing. Very cool. Market Gnome down. Ooh. Nope. Pass. Do nothing. We are countering. If we can, of course. On a red, do nothing. Is that really where we're at? Come on. I'll slam this. Scry for a land. Sure. Is this Arcane Bombardment? The only thing I can think of. Like, what else would it be? I think I gotta let all those go. I just don't know what else would be where they're like, get the Market Gnome out of the way. Alright, Slick Shot's gone. It's in the little side bin. Maybe they're not. I don't know. Huh. Now, I wanted to play this pretty badly. Is that even worth? I make 2 massive creatures, and then maybe we can stall the game from there. By massive creatures, I guess they're not like that large, right? I can always make a post board here. I can't counter this. Not guaranteed to get it off the board either. So let's go for 1,000 Moon Smitty and just hope we're not dead here. Definitely could be, but putting 2 4/4s in the way of a Swiss Spear plus other things makes me feel pretty confident. But this. I mean, I already know that a lot of stuff's happening to that creature on top. Then we might be able to remove it next turn. We basically need them not to pump it and then give it double strike with twin. Oh, I guess if they just give it double strike, I lose. Sure. Seems like pretty good for me. You do that? Okay, it's lightning strike. I'm pretty close to that. But we're gonna get their creatures off the battlefield this turn, so we're at 5, kind of thriving, I guess. Maybe not the place that we want to be, but the place we are. Just off the battlefield now, while we have the chance. Had trample, so Threatened Spider is not necessarily the best play. Then they do nothing. Very sweet. Play this. We tap this. All colorless, leave our blue white up, put a Threatened Spider in. Pretty much counter about anything. If applicable, of course. I guess play with fire I won't counter. My apologies. Need that hard counter spell up. I don't think I'm casting a spell this turn anyway. Do I have a zone in which I can play this? I've done this post board, but I wasn't, or post combat, but I wasn't sure that I was going to be honest with you. Oh boy. Ass? Oh, no stick there. Sure. Land. Lethal on board? Okay. We get there. I was so ready to get Twin Flamed or whatever that card that doubles is, because if they do that, the creature that has 8 power will hit me for 16. Or it had 6 power, but it'd get 2, and then it would hit me for lethal at the time. So we escaped that game. I'm not afraid to admit it. Alright, well, here we are. I adjusted my list of what I was playing. I got my mythics and stuff up, so that's very cool. And I got my Simulacrum synthesizers in, which is very cool. And I like the way that this list is played out. The only maybe changes I would make is maybe get third of this, 3 steps ahead. So realistically, in our 1-drop slot, we got the Market Gnome, we got the Marches for the same reason you would play them in blue-white, is against like Boros Convoke or something like that. We're able to exile that token if need be, if they're targeting with a Gleeful Demolition, or being able to exile anything that's like very troublesome for us. It's actually coming clutch quite a lot more than I thought it would, just in general. But yeah, so Marches, 4 of, have been great. I love it in this list. But 3 steps ahead is a card that we typically generally try to get a lot of value out of, and maybe No More Lies needs to go down to 2, and then 3 steps maybe need to go to 3, just on the fact that like us giving Power Stone tokens, this can be used to help pay for No More Lies, even though this is really just to be used early or late game whenever our opponent's trying to get a really big spell to resolve. But outside of that, 3 steps ahead is just like a permanent counter spell in terms of cancel, but it gets us a ton more value. If we're like, man, we really need to remove this creature off the board, we can make a token that's a copy of an artifact, being a Might Stone, Weak Stone, or like, I guess a Portal Reflex if you really wanted it to, if you have that much mana, but you can definitely use it to copy a Spring-Loaded Trap, get a tap creature off the board, or you can make it copy like Thousand Moon, Smitty, make a big construct, instant speed, same with the synthesizer. Honestly, making copies of synthesizer is super huge and really cool at the same time. But other than that, I mean, we are really just in this artifact synergy deck. I play 1 portal in the main just as a best of 1 bullet. I don't think it would be here if I was playing best of 3. We'd definitely move that to the sideboard, try to be a little bit more solid, and this may be where you find your 4th like Glyph Bridge, or maybe a 3rd Urza, or maybe more Thousand Moon, but I like 2000 Moon just because it is legendary, and then maybe use a counter spell or something like that. But outside of that, this is the list. We have also 2 vaults over here. I don't really think I used the vault today, which is wild. I was playing games last night, play testing the list, and trying to figure out where I wanted to be. And I think the vault was doing well for me then, but today I don't think I activated it in the video, which is kind of wild. Where I activated it a ton last night, and it felt really great. I did activate it once, just instinctually from the games before, where I had no artifacts in play. And I just discarded a card for free. That was very cool. I played a game where I had like 17 artifacts in play. So I would activate, look at my top 17, and then the first thing I did in my next game was just activate it, discard a card from my hand. I was just like, well, I don't have any artifacts in play. So do be careful of that if you are grinding and you're playing a ton of games with artifacts or playing any games with this vault, that when you queue into the next game, you do have to re-put artifacts back into play before you can activate it. So other than that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.